feels good, your brain starts to associate certain activities with dopamine release. And this phenomenon is known as positive intermittent reinforcement. And this means your brain learns that certain actions, well, they simply feel good, and you should therefore do them more often. And over time, this exponentially strengthens the power of the habit. Now, what's the problem with that? The problem is that you can't continuously just get more dopamine. Eventually, the brain will start getting used to these high dopamine levels. And that means that you're going to always seek more of a pleasure-filled activity. And by comparison, everything else is going to seem that much more boring. And this is how social media platforms have completely hijacked your dopaminergic system. And social media isn't the only example of your dopamine systems being hijacked. Drugs actually have the same effect. When you do coke, for example, your dopamine levels spike 400%, and then obviously come crashing down. And that is why drugs are so addictive. Porn and masturbation have the same phenomenon. But interestingly, so do ice baths. So your brain doesn't actually differentiate between dopamine. Now, here's where things get sketchy. When you go on social media, you don't get an immediate high on dopamine as you would on drugs. Instead, you get it hooked, little by little. And the effect? Well, before you know it, you're completely addicted. Or before you know it, 5 minutes have turned into 2 hours. So how does that translate in practice? The social media platforms have been designed in order to extract the maximum amount of dopamine possible.